We're on the third video for Chapter 7. We're on page 457 using the find and replace commands. And we want to go to the Home tab, and we want to go to the Find and Select button way over here on the end. And what we want to do is click Find first of all. And under options here, it'll expand the box a little bit, and what we're searching for is the word motherboard. And we want to match the case, which means there'll be a capital M, and we want to match the entire cell content. So we're looking for cells that have just that word in it, spelled exactly that way with the same capital M. And click on Find Next, and it'll find the first one for us, and Find Next, and there should be 4 of them there, one for each one of my 4 regions, and that works just the same as it does in any other Windows application you've ever seen. There's also Find and Replace. We're going to go back up here, and this time we're going to choose Replace, and again this works just like anything, any other Find and Replace in any other Windows program as well. And we're on the Replace tab now, and what we want to find is wherever it says DVD drive, and we want to replace it with optical disk drive, and we want to match the case and match the entire cell contents, and we want to replace all of them, and that should occur 4 times as well, one for each one of my regions. Click on OK, and click on Close, and that part was pretty straightforward. And now we're on page 460. We're going to create a chart, and now we're at the top of page 461 with instruction number 1. Select the range B4 to B10. So B4 to B10 is right here. And hold down the control key and then select the range H4 to H10. Whoops, I didn't hit the control key. Let's try that again. And that's the data that's going to be in our chart. We want to go to Insert and click Column. And one of the types is a clustered cone, and that's what we want. And we get something that looks like that, and we want to move it, so click on the Move Chart button. They almost always look better if you put them on a sheet by themselves. Click on OK, and I didn't type in the name, so we'll rename it here just by double clicking. Clustered Cone Chart, and enter. Okay, and now we've got a chart on a new sheet all by itself, and we're going to fix it up a little bit. Right click the Sheet tab down here and point to tab color. And we want green under standard colors. That would be this one right here. And go up here to select our chart first of all, and then go to the Chart Tools and go to the Layout tab. We've got 3 tabs here for charts. We want the Layout tab. And we want the 3D rotation button right here, and we want 70 degrees in the X box here, 70, and 30 in the Y. Click on Close, and our chart has turned a little bit. If you look at it, it's rotated a little further to the right than it was before. And we'll skip over the experiment. You can try that on your own. Click the Legend button up here on the Chart Tools Layout tab, and click on legend over here, and we want no legend. Series 1 doesn't tell us much. Click the axis titles button, and we want the primary horizontal axis, and we want a title below the axis, and we want our title to be North Region. You can just type it in as soon as you select it. It appears up here, but as soon as you hit the enter key, it reappears down here below the x-axis. Okay, add a chart title using the WordArt tool. We are down at the bottom of page 463, and we want our chart to be selected, and it says click anywhere on the chart, and go to the Insert tab, and we want WordArt, and we want this one right here, fourth row, the last one. And we're just going to type right on top of this again. And we're going to right click on it and tell it we want the font size to be 44, not 54. And then we're going to drag it, so get the four-headed arrow here and drag it up to the, looks like they stop right on the top bar there. And it looks like it's reasonably well centered. And click outside the chart area to deselect the chart or the WordArt. And click the save button, and let's go do a file and save. And then we're going to do some SmartArt on page 466. We want to go to sheet 2 and rename the worksheet computer parts. I'm going to double click, and computer parts, and we're going to change the color to blue. Blue's on the standard colors list. It's this one right here. And click view on the ribbon to display the view tab, and click the grid lines checkbox to turn that off. And now click on the Insert tab, and we're going to go to SmartArt. I'm going to put some SmartArt in here. We want picture selected on the left, and the option that we want is the one called picture strips. Now, it does not show up in the same position on mine that it does in the book, but if you pause the mouse over each one, it'll give you the name, and this is the one called picture strips. And so we want to select that, and we're not going to experiment. We're going to go on to 4 on page 467, click on the OK button to insert our SmartArt. And if necessary, we want to display the text pane. You see these two little arrows over here? If you click on it, it'll display some text over here. If you click on the X, it makes it go away again. And you can enter your text over here, or you can enter it over here on the right. It really doesn't make any difference. While holding down the Alt key, click and drag the top of the SmartArt graphic so the upper left corner is over cell G1. So that would be dragging it up to right there. And click the middle sizing handle on the right edge, hold down the Alt key, and then drag the sizing handle until the right edge of the SmartArt graphic is aligned with the right edge of O. And you know what, I didn't hold the Alt key down the first time I did that, so let's try that again. So let's do Alt, drag that up, okay. There we go. And then hold the Alt key down here and drag it out to the letter O. And we want to drag the bottom down to the bottom of row 25, which is, whoops, I went a little bit too far. We're going to have to go back down here and go back up to about there. Now it'd be nice to have grid lines, but a little bit higher, I think. Let's try that again. Yeah, that's probably close enough. Okay, and now we're on page 469, and we want to right-click the top shape in SmartArt Graphic to display the shortcut menu. Let's cancel that. Right-click, and what I want is I want to add a shape, and I want to add a shape before, although it doesn't make a whole lot of difference here. So now I've got a new SmartArt shape added up here on the top, and if necessary, click the first one to select it, and display the SmartArt Tools Design tab. So here's the Design tab for SmartArt Tools. Click the Add Shape button arrow over here, and click Add Shape After, and do it again. And now we end up with something that looks like this. We've got 6 shapes in here. Click the first one, and it says click the text box. That'll be over here. And then type in the word motherboard. And then we want to type in a few more here. Okay, so I've got the data typed in, and now I want to click on the picture here, and I get the Insert Picture dialog box, and I want to go to Chapter 7 here. And there should be a picture out there called Motherboard. Click on Insert. And I want to do the same thing for the remaining pictures, and we'll just go ahead and do this here. You can pause. There, I've got the pictures inserted, and we are now on the top of page 473. If necessary, display the SmartArt Tools Design tab, and it's already displayed for us. Click the SmartArt Styles More button and point to the Intense effect. Here's my More button, and I want the Intense effect. Click on OK. And I don't know if you can see a whole lot of change there. Let's go ahead and close this. And let's go do save. And we'll stop there, and we'll do one more video to finish up Chapter 7.